The new CTV show Code Black is set in America's busiest emergency room. The medical drama follows the staff as they cope with having more patients than resources. I recently had the chance to sit down with two of the show's stars in Toronto, Benjamin Hollingsworth and Bonnie Somerville.
This is why you're here. The most famous strip of hospital real estate in the nation, where emergency medicine was born, where the Secret Service preserves a trauma bed for the President of the United States when he is in Los Angeles. This is Trauma One Angels Memorial.
Can we deal with the Code Black first and what it means? Because obviously this is a hospital setting.
Yes. Right? So essentially, Code Black is based on a documentary which takes place in LA County. And Code Black, the term, is essentially a state in which a hospital has more critical patients than they have doctors or hospital supplies, resources to treat them.
In the ER.
You know, in a normal urban hospital, Code Black happens 5 to 6 times a year. In LA County, it happens 300 times a year.
Yes, so it just shows you how busy and how hard it is for the doctors that work there, but also the people coming in because the resources just aren't there.
Yeah, and it's public health care and it's public, ER. And that's what the show's based on is the situation in America where there isn't enough resources, and especially in a city like Los Angeles. What do you do when that happens? And you basically do the best you can, and sometimes it's not good enough. And sometimes you perform miracles.
The vitals are dropping.
Sometimes you just gotta be a cowboy.
Everybody ready? Ready for what?
I want to talk about your characters, both of you, because the storylines are very, very different. Okay, so Bonnie, I want to start with your Krista first. And the reason she became a doctor, because there's a lot of emotion, there's a connection there, and tell us more about that.
Well, my character, Krista, decides to become a doctor because she has a 12-year-old son that dies of cancer, and she spent years studying and trying to keep him alive and looking for anything she possibly could do to save him. And after he passes away, she has no other children. She decides, you know what, I want to do something with this. Might as well do something with it. And she goes back to med school in her 30s and gets into the toughest residency program in the country with all these young hotshots.
Well, this is the thing, sitting next to one of the young hotshots.
The young hotshots.
Because you're Mario, brilliant, young, but cocky.
Yes.
Arrogant. Arrogant, knows it all.
Yes.
I think he's
Or does he?
Or does he?
Or is he this
thinks he
insecure
does.
person that tries to,
That's usually the case, right, with people like that.
Well, see, I mean, Mario's definitely interesting in the fact that he doesn't come from a silver spoon family or a trust fund family where he kind of had to work hard for what he got, and he's proud of that, and he's everything that he's achieved in life has been through his own hard work and sweat, and he takes a lot of pride. And so when he sees someone else that maybe hasn't had that or hasn't earned it, immediately he's got his guard up, and I think he
assumes he doesn't know me, but he has assumptions based on me.
He thinks he knows who you are.
Yeah, and as you do.
It confuses Mario, and kind of.
And he's also very competitive, which we all are. Every character, obviously. I mean, that's the most competitive ER program in the country. It was, and so we are very competitive people. Obviously, to get to that point, you have to be a really competitive person.
You've got to be a special animal.
You do.
To get to that point.
To even be a doctor in the ER, to me, they are. It's like now I have the most profound respect that I never had before after getting this job, watching the documentary, shadowing these real doctors. It's just changed my mind on everything, from like medicine to healthcare to everything.
Your mama knows when you're lying, crying, or dying. And it's not only my job to teach you right from wrong, but to make sure you don't leave here in 3 years thinking you can do no wrong.
Whoa, words to live by. Code Black airs tonight and every Wednesday night at 10 on CTV. Visit ctv.ca for your local listings.